Welcome to Prelude to Ulysses, the channel where some guy reads some shit you don't want to hear. Today the channel's called Prelude to Ulysses. Channel? Really? This is Fox News. Welcome. Open your butts. Sorry. Okay, no. This is Fox News. I'm Walter Cronkite. Open your butt. This is not good. Okay. Welcome to the channel. This is Alex reads littler things. You Better Be Lightning by Andrea Gibson. Oh, no, this is a long one. Okay. What's it called? What Love Is. It's a heart. I did so good. Okay, sorry about that. What Love Is by Andrea Gibson. What love is. She was on tour with me. She was on tour with me because I'd always preferred long distance. And I'd finally grown wise enough to know never to trust my preferences. Driving to a show one day, we realized the venue where I'd be performing was only 30 minutes from her parents' home. I hadn't met them yet. Sorry. I hadn't met them yet. And I wasn't sure I ever would. When out of nowhere, they called and asked her to add them to the guest list. One tear sprinted down her cheek like it was running to a mailbox to open a letter it had been waiting for 700 years. As for me, I vomited in my own mouth and swallowed it like a champ. It had been 2 decades since she came out. 2 decades since her heart was something they had sincerely asked about. She grew up in the rural South, 5 sisters and no telephone. Her father would have to sprint down the road to her grandpa's house to take a call about a job. Before hearing that, I hadn't known it was possible to work in oil and gas and not be rich. Imagined him breaking his back on an oil rig in the Gulf Coast, but really didn't have a clue what he actually did. She didn't have a clue what inspired them to want to come, but I suspected they'd heard the word poetry and thought, that's gay in a good way. I thought Walt Whitman with his cock still Thought Walt Whitman with his cock still respectfully in the closet, stanzaing about a shaft of summer grass, longing for only dogwood trees and lily pads. What I was certain of was that they weren't coming because they knew I'd ended my last show with a poem about how churchyard sales are secretly the best place to buy dildos. Churchyard sales are secretly the best place to buy dildos. I'm talking about. Right before showtime, she ran into the green room to tell me they'd arrived. Her smile, a jump rope stretched from one side of the room to the other. Her breath leaping up and down in a giddy celebration. They're here, they're here, they're actually here. The two of us were like a team in a huddle right before the most important game of our queer lives, when a group walked in with a flyer for a protest, asking me to announce the details on the mic. It was a protest organized urgently to stop fracking in the state. Yes, of course, I said, tucking the flyer into a pocket with my set list. Then I saw the jump rope of my girlfriend's smile drop. "What's wrong?" I asked. "Honey, fracking is why my dad has a job," she said. "What?" I can't not announce the protest," I told her. "I know," she said. "It would be a crime against my conscience." She said, "I know." Heart as big as that Titanic, sinking to the bottom of the sea. When I stepped out on stage, her father was the first person I spotted. He was impossible to miss, a lumberjack in a forest of asymmetrical haircuts. What does that mean? Is asymmetrical not symmetrical? Or is asymmetrical symmetrical? The letter is symmetrical. We'll look it up. Usually I don't interrupt the poems, but I know that I'm going to do it anyways. Ooh, there's a bug picture in here. Oh, where is it? Oh, cool. It's bees. That means I'm close to the letter A. Gummy bears keep landing in my mouth. Because I bought them ascenditon. The emission of conjunctions. As in, he has provided the poor with jobs, with opportunity, with self-respect. I don't get it. Conjunctions? Whatever. Should have paid more. Asymmetric. More attention to Schoolhouse Rock, huh? Conjunction, junction. What's your function? Conjunction, junction, choo choo. A choo 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 choo. Asymmetrical. Not identical on both sides of a central line. Lacking symmetry. What does asexual mean? Doesn't that mean they've... Asexual mean it reproduces... It's something that will reproduce with itself. Doesn't that kind of have a mirror image concept in your head? No? Whatever. Having an unsymmetrical arrangement of atoms in a molecule. Noticing a carbon atom bonded to 4 different atoms or groups. Blah. Whatever. I don't care. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Function, junction. Bound, down, down. Bound, down, down, down. A lumberjack in a forest of asymmetrical haircuts that looked even more as asymmetrical next to her parents' straight backs, straight as telephone poles. And me, I used to inspect telephone poles, and let me tell you, they're not all straight. Most of them are totally, though. Most of them definitely are. So this is an apt metaphor, simile. Straight as telephone poles? It's not a metaphor or comparison. It's a comparison. You really lost track of this one, buddy. Yeah. Straight backs. Straight as telephone poles, and me, desperate for lines that could reach them. Oh. Resting the flyer for the protest at my feet so I could announce it near the end, I told myself, if you're going to be anything in the world tonight, you better be lightning. She said the name of the book! You better find something in you honest enough to strike them. For 75 minutes, I spoke about nothing but love. How everything but I love you is small talk. What about fire? Sorry, don't interrupt. No more. Okay. How everything but I love you and fire is small talk. How their daughter was the only person in the world sweet enough to always call me honey. How the first time we shared a bed, she laid down with her arms tight at her side like a mummy, so terrified she was to love something and lose it again. When the show was near its end, I looked down at the flyer and back at them. I'd say the moment lasted a lifetime, but no one lives that long. Solid. I could see the protest organizers in the audience waiting. I could see their faith in my politics and what they were sure was about to march from my lips when I remembered the one tear that raced down my girlfriend's face. One tear with guts enough to hope. The look in her eye when she ran into the green room belting, "They're here, they're here." I walked off the stage without saying a word against drilling the heart out of the earth. I walked up to the green room, a hypocrite, a failed activist, with my face in my hands on the couch. When her father burst through the door, his head nearly axing a hole through the ceiling, tears like a giant's tears covering his face. "I'm 76 years old," he said, "and I just tonight figured out what love is." There is no moral of this story. There is only light and sadness. There is no moral of the story. It's just a moment in my life when I did something wrong, and the earth, who has never not known what love is, held me anyways. Down to 3 strings on the old 6-string bass. At one point, this had 6 strings, if you believe that. I'm getting arthritis. Play with a pick, I guess. Doesn't sound as good. Dang it. My hands don't work. That's what love is. Mentioning only the dad, insisting that your work taught a man what love is? It's weird. That's the only poem I haven't liked from that book. Is it because there's no moral? Nah, it's kind of cocky. Probably missed the point. I think I'm weirded out she only mentioned the dad. Right? In the structure he is? The same thing over and over again. That's how music is, right? Well, you can't just do. You have one trick, right? That open on octave. And then not playing the right notes. That's your thing, right? You fill them notes, whatever you call that. Instead of doing that, you go. What do you think about? I don't know. I guess I'd be a penguin if I had to choose an animal I'd have to be. I don't know. I think they're probably warm all the time. It might not seem like it, but I bet a penguin has a good life. Wait, ever seen that documentary? Yeah. Take it back. Let's recap. I could probably just remember everything. So, her girlfriend, she's playing in her parents' hometown or wherever they live at this moment, and they wouldn't come. And they're pretty straight-laced, probably conservative or something, maybe Christian or religious on some level. Dude works in the oil field. And she's like, whatever. Andrew Gibson, she ain't gonna judge you. Maybe she will. I don't fucking know. And then they're like, hey, dude, we're protesting some oil. And she's like, no problem. But she doesn't. She doesn't say it because it is in the audience. And she didn't want to hurt her girlfriend's feelings. Or fuck up what might be a good relationship. If it's going to fuck up a relationship, it's not worth it. Obviously, that's not true. Anytime you go out to the movies, make sure you brush your teeth. Anytime you go out to the movies, make sure to put on your feet. Same thing over and over again. Done. I don't know. And I'm just feeling a bit asymmetrical. Man, I can do this right. I can't do this right. Don't seem like I ever could. Okay, you got this. Bone Bow, bow, boom, bow. Okay, hold on. Sorry we left you, sorry we left you, sorry we left you to die. I knew it was on still.